at the MDA conference, what was new and emerging for gene transfer therapies were really quite a number of exciting different topics. So we did talk about some of the safety issues that were relevant to gene transfer therapy, and certainly now we have more experience having had the clinical trials ongoing. So some of the clinical trial results were reported. There have been some serious adverse events that we really need to consider as we go forward with potential approval of a treatment for dystrophy in the next 6 months, hopefully. And some of those safety issues that we talked about related to myocarditis or related to thrombotic microangiopathy, so affecting the kidneys, liver injury, which we had seen with some of the other gene transfer products. And we really talked about possibilities of mitigating some of these responses. So we reviewed some of the immune issues that come along, including looking at the timeline of when to expect certain adverse injuries to occur. So what happens in that first week post-gene transfer when maybe you get nausea and vomiting in quite a few of the patients. And then around first week when you have more active acute injury with complement activation, that may be the time that you see TMA or the myocarditis. And then looking out a little bit more distant when you have more T cell activation or delayed immune response, looking at some of the injury there, which would be maybe more related to liver injury and some other problems. So this was really very helpful in terms of trying to get a timeline, having looked at other studies in terms of safety issues that we needed to consider. I think it's very, very important to pull information and real-world experience from all of the gene transfer products together to look at are there trends that we can see and trends that we all need to be aware of to follow so that we have medical teams ready to take care of any issues that come up as we're using some of these amazingly exciting new therapies.
The conference was organized into tracks, and the track that was related to gene therapy was so popular that the room was entirely full, and they had to have overflow seating for attendees to be able to view remotely, even though they were physically at the conference. So it's clear that this is a topic that's very much contemporary and on everybody's minds in terms of being interested about learning and sharing expertise as much as possible. We're all in the community aware of the potential for an approval of a new gene therapy for Duchenne muscular dystrophy in mid-2023 based on a PDUFA date from the FDA in late May. And because of that, this may be our first foray into using gene therapy for Duchenne muscular dystrophy patients in the clinic. It's really a landmark moment, a turning point in terms of management of this disease, because previously we had supportive care, we had steroids, and we had some genetically targeted treatments like exon skipping agents. But this is really the first time that we're embarking on gene transfer treatment for this disease.